We are covering the LBMA conference in Vienna in conjunction with the CME Group, and no stranger to the industry. Joining me now is Harriet Hunnable. She's the head of precious metals for CME Group. So Harriet, so nice of you to drop by and speak with us.
Delighted, and it's great that Kitco is here this year.
Well, Harriet, let's start by getting your sentiment, your thoughts. You know, you've been at many LBMAs along with myself, and what's your feeling this year? What are you getting from other attendees?
Well, there's a really great number of delegates here in Vienna. I think there were 690 was the number that are attending. But actually the mood in the conference is quite concerning. The London market is largely here, and a number of European names also from Latin America, North America and Asia. But really there's a nexus of the London market here. They're very concerned about the regulatory changes that are coming into their marketplace, the cost of their doing business as they used to do it, and what changes they may need to make. So I would say that this is a conference where the elephant in the room is what will happen to this big London market in the future.
Any insights as to what you feel needs to change?
Well, the LBMA chairman, Grant Angwin, he asked right at the beginning for people to focus on the net stable funding ratio. Now that sounds like a boring thing, but in fact what's happened is last year, in the summer, this number of 85% came out, and people weren't really focused on it enough. But over the year, we've seen businesses change. The banks have had to change what they do on a day-to-day basis, and even the end customers, the refineries and other producers and other participants have realized that it's having an impact on what they can do in the over-the-counter market. So the appeal is to try and change that, but bar something extraordinary happening, the consequences are already happening in the market. We've had some reduction in the number of traders in the market and the ability to trade forward. The implications are not exactly clear, but certainly I think that the intel that we're having is that the desire to trade on exchange, to trade on platforms and to clear trades is much stronger, because people need to be able to release balance sheet to transact at a lower price than they are today.
Well, it's very concerning if you're concerned, Harriet, but do you feel this is something the industry can overcome?
I think that as the world's biggest exchange in precious metals with futures, options and clearing services, it's a tremendous opportunity for us to provide even more services to the industry. Last year we were pleased to come in and lead the way with the benchmark reform and to provide a platform for that. And we have already cleared products on offer. We have platforms we can use. So I think it's an exciting time for us, but you can't but be affected. I'm a Brit. I can't not be affected by the concern, the anxiety that the traders here have.
Harriet, let's talk shorts now. We saw a record number of shorts in the gold industry over the past 2.5 months. What type of activity are you seeing on the exchange?
Well, certainly we're seeing a lot of trading on the exchange. We've had over 5% growth in precious in the gold futures trading this year. So active trading on the exchange in precious metals, and the big swings in terms of the open interest and where the money is has been very good for us as an exchange, as a place where people will come to do business. I think that what we're seeing now is a focus on what's happening in the US, a focus on when those rates will rise, and the strength of the dollar. So, intraday we're seeing a lot of trading being driven by the dollar story. And, at CME Group you can trade euro-dollar futures, you can trade gold, so you can trade a really neat set of exposures or put risk on where you want to have it.
Harriet, do you feel that investors are signaling a shift in sentiment? Is there a turnaround happening in gold?
I think that this is a vibrant international marketplace. There are things that are happening in India that I was hearing about during the conference that I think are fascinating and will have an impact on the price in the longer term in China as well. But we are largely a dollar story at the moment.
Right.
If you have a view on the dollar, you can use gold to trade that. And if you want to be watching what's happening across markets, I heard an interesting presentation from a big gold company from China, Shandong, who'd looked at what is driving trading in China. And actually, they were able to analyze that the dollar, what's happening in the US, is something that people are very aware of from what they're researching online, and that's driving whether people are going to buy gold today or buy gold in 6 months' time. So while the consuming countries of India and China have domestic issues, there is a big, sophisticated investor class that is looking at the same data, the same numbers, the same price moving factors as traders in the US.
I think you've beat me to the last question I want to ask you, Harriet. Going forward into 2016, is U.S. monetary policy the most important factor that will continue to weigh on gold?
I think it's a critical factor, but if you're in the gold market, you've got to watch out for what's happening in Syria, what's happening in Greece, what's happening in China. These shocks will have an impact. And one illustration of that is in September we had, on several days, treble the normal volume in platinum on the VW story. So these markets are exciting, they're interesting, and if you've got your wits about you, they provide you with lots of trading opportunities. So while this conference has a lot of concern about what's happening in the London market, I think for traders globally, there's a lot of opportunity in precious metals, yes.
Harriet, on that note, it's always so wonderful to chat with you. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your conference.
Lovely to see you here, Daniela.
And thank you for watching our coverage here from the LBMA in collaboration with the CME Group. We'll have more for you throughout the week, so be sure to stay tuned to Kitco.com. Thanks for watching.